What's going on? I'm sure you've heard the buzz about AI this, AI that. Set up a voice AI receptionist. It never sleeps, doesn't have any emotions, or it'll call and follow up with people. All of this is somewhat true. It's not like magic, but it does help a lot. It can save you a lot of time, and it can work 24/7 and help either reduce costs, or you can utilize it to sell to other businesses and help them reduce their costs and have things a little more organized and streamlined. So what I use to set up these voice AI agents with systems is this software right here. Links in the bio, or you can go to ghldojo.com and give it a look. This video is not going to be some super nuanced technical video. It's just for you if you're looking just to better understand how to set up these voice AI agents, or set up for yourself or for somebody else. Because to be honest, the more time you spend into it and the better you tweak it and test it or prompt the AI, the better it's going to perform. But honestly, you can get something really, really good without spending a lot of time or effort or being a technical genius. So when we come in here and we go to AI agents and up to voice AI, here, if you want to do outbound calling, so say someone fills a form on website or Instagram or any of your ads, it can call them and like book appointments, or to like answer any questions, or to better qualify them before they actually meet with you or like a human. But what we're going to do, you have any of your agents here, we're going to come up here to create agent, create custom agent. We're going to make this for a plumber. So we're going to say Bubba's Plumbing. Honestly, go through all this. Voice, one I like is Jerry B. I feel like it sounds pretty realistic. So we're going to use Jerry B for this one. Recently, they added that you can actually choose which model you want. Some are more expensive than others, as you can see here. To be honest, the 2.5 flash right here is really, really cheap, but works super good. But if you want like one of the higher end ones, like this one right here, or 5, you see, you can get pretty expensive. But this one right here, GPT 4.0, super good. We're going to keep it. And if you want to like customize things a little bit more, you can come up here to advanced settings. You can do like maximum call time, agent behavior, how sensitive it is to if someone talks, like if it's going to like how quickly they'll like stop talking. You have either high or low. Like I said, try all these things out, and you can actually test it in the next at the end, and you can come back and alter anything. So none of this is set in stone. So just like kind of go through this, go through some things, and you can come back and change it if you need to. So right here, if you go up higher, it allows the AI to give kind of more creative responses. I personally like it around like 0.3. I don't want it too creative, because then it can start hallucinating and say a bunch of random stuff. And obviously here you have voice settings, voice speed, temperature, volume, background stuff if you want it to sound like it's like an actual workplace if you want to, but you can keep it pretty basic. And for the call time, remember that this is billed per minute. So you don't want someone to like just talk for like 30 minutes, because you could get billed a lot. We can just keep this at 5 minutes for right now. So within the software itself, you have 2 choices. You either can choose to pay for $97 a month for unlimited AI usage, not phone usage, AI usage, or you can choose to be billed like per minute. So if you have a lot of volume, or like a really big business and this handles a lot of calls, you probably want to do the $97 a month plan for this. But if not, you can just pay per usage, which is what I usually use. But if not, you could just do the pay per usage, which is a little bit more cost effective, at least until you better integrate it with your systems. We click next, come over here, agent goals. So this is where you set up a knowledge base. If you don't know what a knowledge base is, basically it's like a big database of all the information, FAQs that the bot has to kind of give it information from which it can pull to answer questions or to do whatever, basically. So what you need to do is you just click to create new. It'll take you to the knowledge base area in the same AI agents tab. And basically you just create a knowledge base. So in here, you can add sources like tables, or you can upload PDFs or files that you have, an FAQ section, or you can have it just crawl your website. You can put your website in here and it will crawl, or basically scan all of the pages of your website or your client's website to master and be like an expert of the business. So that when it's like answering these questions, it's actually pulling from the website and not just out of thin air. Then you come here, like you said, you can add any of these things, text, FAQs, web crawler, etc. So ChatGPT as well, and you can say, hey, give me FAQs for a plumbing company, and you can add that all in here. So it kind of is like a little bit more industry specific, this AI agent. Going back to what I was saying, you can see here, this is how it's built. So you can read through this. That's how the AI is built. So now we can come here, we can actually select the knowledge base that we created with all the information. And then you can play with all these, like if you click email, that means this will, when it's talking to the person on the phone, it'll make sure to collect their email to like make sure it logs within this software. This software is a CRM. If you're not sure what that is, look it up. But basically it's a place where it can hold all of your customers' information to be able to pull from, to use in the future, to organize things so that you can have information about each customer and not have to like write it down or keep track of it. So name, address, context issue you can have, and you can even add more of these. You just have to go create certain fields. If you want like something specific, like if it's for a specific industry, like real estate, for like bedrooms of your house, you can add different fields to put here. So this voice AI will actually get the details for that specific field that you need for whatever industry that you're in. And again, you can have this to receive email notifications after the calls are complete, whether it's to all users in this account, yourself, or you can have it trigger workflow. If you don't know what workflow is, basically it's something has to happen in order for other automated steps to follow. So like if you want to send out appointment reminders, or if you want to send out a free PDF that you're offering people, or a message, you'd click this so that after this call is over, it would click to, or if you want to send out a review request, for example, and then it would start this workflow or these automated steps after the call is completed. So you can do any of those things, but here, just click this. Within advanced mode, you can actually have more control of how this voice AI operates. So here, like actions, you can have, like I said before, you can have this do more important things, like if you want us to do appointment booking, for example, or triggering a workflow like we just talked about, or just a call transfer to someone else. Like basically just use this to, maybe you want this just to filter out spam calls, and then, or just answer a few basic questions. But if someone has more specific questions, or if it's not spam, then you can have it transferred to an actual human, which can be super helpful. Or you can do a bunch of other custom coded things for you tech gurus, or having an MCP server if you want to set all that up. As for that here, but within here in the prompt, this is where the bot will this is where it takes most of its instructions, is right through here. So the knowledge base is really good to give it information, but if you give it instructions in the knowledge base, it's not going to do very good at actually following those instructions, because it's mostly going to follow and take into account first what's in the prompt here. So you can do here, you can come to ChatGPT and say we wanted to have an AI agent that was open 24/7 for emergency handling calls for a plumber. So we click this. We can take this. Obviously, this is not a video on how to do good prompting. I don't recommend using this. I'd say be very, very explicit with how you want your bot to act that way, because with AI, it's garbage in, garbage out. If you want this to be really good, you have to put time and effort into actually prompting it correctly, because your bot is just a reflection of how well you train it. It'll work better if you spend the time to train it and actually test it. But here's something basic. You just copy all this, you come in here, and you can paste it, and it's going to follow this and work exactly how you want it to work. So the prompt itself is supposed to be pretty succinct, like not have a ton of stuff. The knowledge base can handle a lot of information in words, but try and keep your prompt really specific and to the point on how you want the bot to act, and then put all the unnecessary, more ancillary information inside the knowledge base itself. Again, they have a doc here, prompt guidelines. You can even feed this into ChatGPT and say, hey, follow these instructions and give me a prompt based on this. Once you have the number connected, you can come here and actually put in your number, and it will call you so that you can actually talk to it and test it. Super cool. And this is how you can go back and forth, optimize it, change things, make things better. Also, as a web call thing here as well, they recently added voice AI widgets onto your website, where it'll go on your website. And so instead of a cat widget here on the bottom, so instead of having something like this, you can have an actual where they can press on and they can talk to it. So if they're on their phone, they can talk to it and answer and ask questions without actually having to call a number. Super cool. Something to look into. I'm planning to make a video on it in the future, but just know that you can do that now as well. You can set the hours for it. Obviously, you probably want it for it to be 24/7. Or say you just want AI to be able to have it pick up the phone if no one answers. You can enable this right here, which honestly I most recommend. Is that way, if a human can answer it, they do. But if someone's not there, whether if it's outside of hours, or if someone's busy on the phone, basically if the human doesn't answer, then this will step into place if someone doesn't pick up the call. That way, no matter what, those clients aren't going to other competitors. They're getting their questions answered, and then you have a higher chance of actually converting more people for whatever service that you provide. That's basically it. Easy as that. If you have any questions or more nuanced questions, drop them down below. If you want more like an in-depth build, or to see this in action, I have a free community where I talk more about this stuff, and I free courses on how to do it. Subscribe for more.